This is me. Well, really old footage of me that my dad found. It's kind of fun to look back. We were in a family band and I played on the worship team. We were in lots of small towns in the Northwest. Being the son of a pastor is kind of tough. In fact, being in ministry at all is really difficult. There's lots of things that you don't realize you're going to go through. I'm older now. Here's some new footage of me, still serving in the church. I have a faith of my own, and I continue to serve in ministry. And I'm grateful for everything I went through as a pastor's kid. It's interesting where God will call you. And I've seen throughout the years many friends and family get called to places I never thought they'd go. One thing I've always wanted to do was go on a mission trip with my dad, which I never have gotten to do yet. But he approached me a couple months ago about maybe going to Nigeria. You see, when I was 6 or 7, Kenneth Onanezi, a pastor based out of Jos, Nigeria, he actually visited our small town, and I just remember the stories that he shared of his people and his church and how poor they were, but how much joy they had. And being young, I didn't understand. But as I got older, I realized how lucky I really was to grow up in the United States.
Hello, I'm Tristan. This coming November, my son and I, Tanner, are heading over to Jos, Nigeria, which is on the west coast in Central Africa. The reason we're going over there is my pastor friend, Kenneth Onanezi, who I've known for some 25 years, invited me over to lead a pastor's conference there. And he expects there'll be 350, perhaps 500, maybe more. So our desire is to go over there, hands full of blessing, and that's where you come in. You can help support this ministry, first and foremost, by prayer. As the Lord reminds you, and He's faithful to do that, pray for this mission trip coming up. Pray for myself that I'll have spiritual insight and wisdom. Pray for Tanner that this will be his first mission trip. And, well, he's been wanting to do this since he was like 13. In fact, at one point we were heading to Nicaragua and it fell through. So this is his chance to go with his dad on a mission trip, but with a specific purpose, and that is to bless the Nigerian pastors, speak a word of encouragement. And actually the theme of this conference is building spiritual capacity for ministry. So I'm going to be sharing my heart, and Tanner's going to probably speak to some that are a little bit younger than myself over there, perhaps on what it means to be a PK, pastor's kid. Anyway, first and foremost, pray, and then if you can financially support this, we would really appreciate it. And I know the pastors there will be extremely blessed and thankful for that. So again, thank you for watching this. Thank you for your support and encouragement. The Lord bless.
The crisis started. And that first time in 2001, we had over 2,000 people killed.
Wow.
And I was a witness at what we call general burial for every one of them. So since that 2001, it has affected people, affected churches. We worship with security men. Every Sunday we had soldiers before, then they gave us policemen. But right now we have 2 security men that come with guns. When we announce evangelism, we go with our church bus, or we all walk on the street to evangelize. The crisis in Jos has affected churches a lot. The bad government we have that is extremely corrupt, has brought a lot of poverty and hardship to people's lives. And so it takes a lot for them to come to church financially. The money may not, if I mention the money, you change it into dollar. It's not much, but here it is much.
Some are going to watch this, and some are going to be on the fence about whether or not it's something they want to support, or, what would you have to say to them that could help them across the finish line of actually stepping out and supporting this ministry, and especially this conference for pastors? What would you say to them?
Let them consider the passion these pastors have in serving God. Out of nothing, they want to serve congregations. They want to help people, even when they themselves need help.